Before we start, I want to show you what we'll be making today. These are all jelly plate prints built up slowly using transparent acrylic paint and very simple masks. Hi, I'm JoanieB, inviting you to relax, play and make beautiful jelly print art with me. Before I start printing, I just want to quickly show you the masks I'm using today. These circular and oval shapes are simply cut from old plastic document cover. Nothing special about the material. I like it because it's flexible, easy to cut and can be used again and again. Today I'm using Golden's Quinacridone Magenta, which is transparent, and I'm putting a very thin layer on my jelly plate. And now I'm placing the plastic mask directly onto the plate. I'm not worried too much about perfect placements, I just want to get them on in a nice pattern. And because the paint is transparent, whatever paper I use will still play an important role in the final result. And in this case I'm using an old dictionary page, so you'll be able to see the text showing through the paint. And when I lift it up, you can see that lovely transparent colour over the printed words and those beautiful clean circular shapes where the mask was sitting. The text is still completely readable, but now it's this soft glaze of colour on top. I'm going to repeat the process now using the Quinacridone transparent acrylic paint. I'm going to apply the little plastic circles again, but this time a slightly different pattern, overlapping two of the circles. I'm using the dictionary pages and I'm going to pull a print, but this time I'm going to take a ghost print. So I've taken the plastic circles from off the gel plate and I'm adding some matte medium, just a very light layer of the matte medium, and I'm going to brayer it out as you would do normally with other acrylic paints. I'm going to use just copier paper on this. The idea is that the textured papers I make with the dictionary paper and the ghost prints on copy paper, they will make quite a nice collage, and I will show you what that collage looks like a little bit later. And just a quick trim now to help me when I put it back onto the jelly plate. So now I want to add a darker transparent colour to create more depth and drama. I'm putting a darker transparent paint onto the plate. This time it's going to be Golden's Open Ultramarine Blue, but you can use any colour as long as it's transparent. A teal or a red oxide would also look really nice. Again I'm placing the little circles and ovals onto the jelly plate, but this time I'm trying to alter the pattern so that it's different than the first pull. And now I take the same dictionary paper I pulled earlier with the text on the first transparent layer, and I'm going to lay it down onto this darker plate. Again I'm rubbing the back well, making sure I get good contact, and now I'll pull the print. Now you can see the original text, the lighter transparent layer, and on top of that this darker transparent colour, but broken up by all those circular shapes. Some areas are darker, some are lighter, and you can see the words shining through. That's the power of transparent paint and layering. I've decided I want to have another ghost print for future collages, so I remove the plastic masks and use regular copy paper to pull the print. I'm really happy with how that looks. I thought I'd do a variation using a different type of mask. This time, instead of plastic, I'm going to use simple homemade cardboard mask. And if you don't know how to make these cardboard masks, I'll leave a link in the details below. I'm putting another layer of transparent paint on the plate. This time it's Indian yellow. Again I've braided it out nice and thin, and now I'm laying my cardboard shape onto the plate. Because it's cardboard, it may pick up a bit of the paint and give a softer edge, which I actually like for this sort of print. Put my paper down, rub the back and pull the print. You'll see that the shape created by the cardboard mask has a more textured, less perfect edge than the plastic circles. It's a lovely organic look. I'm going back to using the quinacridone magenta on this pull. I'm going to use the little plastic circles again, and these are going to be used with the cardboard pull that I've just made. So I'm going to put that on top of the plate, give it a little bit of a rub and then pull the print. And what you'll see is that the cardboard pattern is peeping through the quinacridone magenta. So this is the final pull I'm going to do. I'm using Golden's Open Aquamarine Blue. It gives me a little bit longer to place the little circles. If I don't like where I place them, I can take them off and put them back on again, because the open paint dries a little bit slower than normal paint. And there's the pull. You can see that the texture of the cardboard is peeping through, and that you can see the blue of the aquamarine, but also where it goes over the yellow, it's turned a really nice shade of green. Let's have a look at what we've created today. Well, here are the little plastic circles that I made. The shape of the mask, the direction you place it, and the colour of your transparent paints, you can create an endless variety of layered prints. The key points to remember are these. Use transparent paints if you want to see your text and earlier layers through the colour. Keep your layers thin. Too much paint will cover everything up. Reuse your masks in different positions to build really interesting overlaps. And as a bonus, I've also got these very interesting looking ghost prints. And as promised earlier, here is the collage I've made using the textured papers I've shown you how to make today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It really helps more people find this kind of content. And if you'd like more Gelliplate and mixed media ideas every week, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for spending this creative time with me. I'm JoanieB. This is Butterfly's Mind, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye-bye.